You'd better think twice before laying down your mulch. In this video, you will learn a few important facts, what to watch out for to minimize damage to your property, and what you need to know so you don't poison your yard, pet, or yourself. Before you buy or place mulch, you need to first determine what type of mulch you need. Do you need it to conserve moisture, to improve the fertility and health of the soil, to reduce weed growth, or do you need it to enhance for curb appeal? There are also many types of mulch you can buy. According to advertisements, pine or hardwood mulch lasts longer. Shredded hardwood bark mulch has a lot of nutrients. Pine needle mulch looks good, but does not last long. Sawdust mulch lasts long, but uses up the needed nitrogen. Wood mulch chips can be free from a tree cutting service, but take forever to decompose and have zero nutrition. Organic mulch costs more. Colored mulch looks good. Hay mulch contains weed seeds. Composite mulch may have some sewer sludge, permits nutrient imbalance, and contains high soluble salts. Newspaper mulch is flammable and contains carcinogens. Leaf mulch blows away. Bark mulch attracts wasps, ants, and termites. Rubber mulch does not deteriorate. Finally, Cypress mulch lasts longer, holds more water, and is a natural insecticide. Now that you have been completely misinformed by commercialism, let's get down to what I call the mulch scams. The Cypress Mulch Scam. Cypress mulch contains natural chemicals that fend off insects and resist rot. The Cypress mulch did that many years ago when they used full-grown, fully developed 100-year-old cypress trees. Due to unsustainable over-harvesting of cypress trees, most cypress mulches now come from immature baby trees that have not yet developed the properties that made cypress mulch so popular decades ago. You are not buying what you are told you are buying. Furthermore, deforestation of cypress has severely damaged the coastline. Cypress groves were cut down, which once protected the coastline for hurricanes. If you think Hurricane Katrina was bad, just wait. The Landscaper Generic Mulch Scam. If you live in the city, many garden entities or landscapers have city contracts to pick up free refuse on garbage day. This garbage contains pesticides, weed killers, chemicals, dog and cat feces, animal urine, newspapers with ink, cardboard with glue, phosphates, and other nasty stuff that gets recycled back into mulch. You are buying a witch's brew, which can poison your front yard, the paw-licking cat, the dog that uses his mouth to pick up toys, and finally you, the gardener, if you don't use proper hygiene or protection. Furthermore, you may have just been delivered the biggest mulch disease caused by Sperry bullous fungi, also known as artillery fungus, shotgun fungus, or cannon fungus. As his mulch ages, small 10mm mold pods start to develop. Then all of a sudden, at 10,000 horsepower, these pods eject black, globular, sticky tar projectiles which stick to your home and do not wash off. I've seen several cases where people spent $20,000 replacing all the home siding. The Secret Formula Mulch Scams. You can get these after large storms, forest fires, hurricanes, and tornadoes because a lot of the cleanup debris gets chopped up and recycled. You can get it from inner cities like Detroit or Cleveland, where thousands of homes are bulldozed and this contaminated wood is also chopped up and recycled. You can get it from the mysterious mobile mulch manufacturer. For example, and hypothetically, let's say we have a 100-year-old amusement park that was bought out by a bigger amusement park. Let's say after this big conglomerate bought out this 100-year-old amusement park, which was full of old telephone poles and old railroad ties containing creosote, cartol, arsenic, and other chemicals, closed this park and sold all the amusement rights to other small traveling carnivals. Continuing, hypothetically of course, you notice a new temporary mulch manufacturer facility with huge piles of mulch being stored on now the empty parking lot. Then your drone spots black liquid sludge leaking out of the bottoms of these monster huge smelly mulch piles. This black ooze can't be good for the creek or for the ducks. You might just wonder, where did this old amusement park dispose of its thousands of railroad ties, telephone poles, and wood roller coaster wood that contained creosote, mercury, chromium, copper, arsenic, and many other chemicals that were impregnated into these amusement park timbers? The Colored Mulch Scam. In the past, red mulch color was made of chromate copper arsenate, a carcinogen also known as CCA. Today, we are told that red dyes are made of soybean oil or iron oxides. Virtually most chemical dyes are toxic, made from petrochemicals with heavy metals. Some have isopropylene, some have amino alcohol, and others have 3+ syllable words that I can't pronounce. No wonder when you read the mulch labels at Home Depot, they state mulch colorant used. What is a mulch colorant? The black mulch stated by horticulturists looks unnatural because the color black does not occur in nature except under anaerobic, meaning without oxygen, conditions, where the soil is sticky and full of bad microbes. Furthermore, most common black colorant is carbon black, which is a byproduct of the chemical industry and known carcinogen. Grab a handful of black mulch and rub it together in your hands. If your hands are stained, you might not want to use this stuff. Additionally, colored mulches need reclaimed or recycled wood to be able to absorb this colorant. You can bet that agricultural wood pallets and crates that have spilled insecticides, factory pallets and crates that have leaking chemicals, and wood crates from China all get shipped up and died. If the mulch manufacturer is located in the country, then of course the few red barns get chopped up, which certainly contained pre-1978 lead paint. If the mulch manufacturer is located in the city, then they chop up plywood, presswood, or composite wood that contains resins, glues, and formaldehyde. Deteriorated deck lumber full of micronized preservatives, which is just a nice way of saying chemical nanoparticles containing pesticides, fungicides, or biocides, which can contain chromate copper arsenate, CCA, alkaline copper quaternary, AQC, copper azole, creosote, pentachlorophenol, linseed oil, kerosene, acetic anhydride, and much more. Many colored dyed wool mulches rob soil of nitrogen and do not break down to enrich the soil as good mulch should. Instead, they leach the top secret dye into the soil, harming soil bacteria, soil insects, worms, and sometimes the plants themselves. Let's say, of course, hypothetically, a mulch retailer has a higher elevation property located next door to a rural home. He then piles colored mulch mountains on his land. When it rains, an oily mulch river runs through the rural neighbor's property. Several days later, you have a slimy, oily color scum floating in the rural nice neighbor's drainage ditch where the frogs live. I guess if this slime is just soybean oil, it must be okay. Furthermore, EPA, zoning codes, ordinances generally do not permit unnatural mulch mountain drainage to discharge onto other properties, agricultural land, aquifers, or other. The Rubber Mulch Scam, which has recycled tire shreds that contain heavy metals like zinc, selenium, chromium, cadmium, and molybdenum, which are toxic to the environment as they decompose. These chemicals pose a threat to people, animals, and aquatic ecosystems as they leach into the groundwater. In addition, they float away during rain, and on hot days they stink up your property. The sour toxic mold odor scam. This mold has a pungent odor similar to ammonia, vinegar, and rotten eggs. Wood chips should be stored in long 4 to 6 foot tall piles that are frequently turned. Mulch should not be stored for long periods in huge monster piles that experience anaerobic conditions where microorganisms thrive on oxygen-free environment, usually in the center of the large piles. This mulch can become laden with toxin byproducts such as methanol, acetic acid, ammonia, and hydrogen sulfide gas. The mulch also becomes very acidic with the pH ranging of 1.8 to 3.6, which causes yellowing of leaf edges, scorched looking leaves, defoliation, and death of plants. The dog-killing cocoa bean shell mulch scam. Cocoa bean shells smell nice, but they contain theobromine, the same chemical that makes chocolate toxic to dogs. It has been known to cause dog diarrhea, vomiting, tremors, elevated heart rate, and even first-degree dog murder. Therefore, the only thing we have left is the natural mulch with all natural products. Good luck finding this. Maybe we need to substitute the mulch with stone that comes in many colors just like mulch. The only thing different is that now we know the stone is natural and safe, unless of course you live in a glass house.